In the meantime, let's go to the economy, where it reports that 10 commercial banks in Nigeria generated about 48.5 billion naira from maintaining customers' accounts in the first 6 months of the year 2021, and that is generating reactions from Nigerians. This is because many people are of the view that it is against what they got in the year 2020 for same account maintenance charges on customer savings, current and term deposits. They say it has become another way for banks to cheaply fleece their customers. And TVC News Abiola Sholanke has more for us in this Journalists Hangout Weekend Special.
Nigeria, a nation with a population of about 200 million, has about 22 commercial banks serving the people in urban and the rural areas. A new investigative report says banks deducted 48.5 billion naira from customers' accounts as charges for maintaining those accounts in just 6 months. That's between January and June 2021. Account maintenance costs are levied on all customers' initiated debit transactions, and the banks collect these fees at the time of the transaction. The amount debited is at least 10% of total customers' deposits as at the end of June. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, in another report, disclosed that it recovered 89.2 billion naira, being excess and illegal charges slammed on customers by banks. These deductions, which the banks cannot explain sometimes, explain why many Nigerians do not keep their money in the bank.
The first one that was deducted from my account is 100 naira. They say it's current account. I don't know if they call it. I don't know if it is that. I don't know the name they call it, sir. But when I went there, I complained. They said that charges. So later I forgot about that one. Then about a month after that, they removed 200 naira. I went there. So that's why I did not use that account again. I have to go and open another account because of all those charges.
Nigeria, I believe it's only the Central Bank of Nigeria that could help us. Because even if I'm making any transaction, either on my mobile phone, they'll be debiting me. All those charges, I don't know where it's coming from. In my bank, also, if I'm using ATM as well, they'll be deducting money. And there's no way, there's nobody I can complain about. There's nobody I can complain to. I believe it's the Central Bank of Nigeria that could help us. This thing is getting out of hand.
Many people have expressed displeasure with such excessive deductions, which they see as fraudulence.
At any point in time, maybe you have cause to print your statement of account, because it happened to me almost 2 months ago when one of my younger brothers came to lodge certain complaint to me. It needed me to come to bank to print my bank statement for a month. When I perused what actually happened, there was certain charges. Even I didn't receive the SMS, but when I saw it on the paper, I discovered that no, when this transaction came in, of course it may be mega, 30 naira, 40 naira, 20 naira. When you look at it together, it becomes something.
I've done some line transactions that they deduct money. In fact, using most of these apps for paying NEPA, bill, DSTV, they just deduct your money. You go to the bank, so they will tell you that they are going to refund it, but at the end you won't get any money back. So just wake up 15 naira, 20 naira, and this money, they are very small. Although they are small, but they are something.
First time I was charged twice for a particular service, which was not supposed to be so, and till today it was not reverted. And another experience, the second experience I had to do with, I think, this SMS alert charges. I will be charged without being notified. It's when I will check. By the time I check my account balance, that's when I will discover that I have been debited without being notified. I think this is as a lack of good policy on the part of the government.
There are different reasons put up by banks for fees debited, but Paul Francis has another story to tell.
I had a bad experience once where POS transactions were constantly being duplicated and deducted from our accounts for several reasons, some varying from customers complaining that the transaction failed, so they applied for reversals of their debits. So the banks don't verify from the vendors whether or not these claims by customers are true, but yet they just go ahead and dip their hands into the account and deduct.
Nigerians and civil society organizations are asking the CBN to implement policies that will check the excesses of the commercial banks in the interests of the people.
We don't want to charge the relevant authority. The CBN need to look into this crazy charges. At the same time, what was the report, or what is going to the report available by the Ubansani-led committee in the Senate that truly address the challenge and the public uproar regarding these crazy charges on our banking sector?
I think government should stand up against it by having a very strong policy to guide against it, because it's not supposed to be so.
The banks are supposed to have feedback, like a survey from feedback from their customers. Even if you go to the bank or banking hall, so you just be posting don't worry, we do it. After like 3 days, they are going to refund it, but you are the deduct 20 naira, 30 naira, and you are going to the bank spending like 100 naira, 200 naira to go and complain. So just discover that this one, it doesn't need it. Let me.
Abiola Sholanke, TVC News, Lagos.